Chapter 2: Struggling to Adapt. The city seemed relentless, its streets bustling with hurried footsteps, echoing the rhythm of Neah's racing heart. Each day blended into the next, a blur of resumed submissions, job interviews, and polite rejections that cut deeper than she cared to admit. The weight of unmet expectations bore down on her shoulders like an oppressive burden, threatening to crush her dreams. In the dimly lit corner of a coffee shop, Neah sat with her laptop, scrolling through job listings that all seemed out of reach. Her once meticulous plans had unraveled, leaving behind a tangled mess of uncertainty. Frustration gnawed at her insides, threatening to drown her in self-doubt. She wondered if she had overestimated her worth, if her skills were less impressive than she had thought. As she sipped her lukewarm coffee, Neah glanced around at the people who seemed to have their lives together. The young entrepreneur chatting excitedly about a successful startup. The confident lawyer discussing a high-profile case at a nearby table. They all appeared to be living the lives they had imagined. But for Neah, life had taken an unexpected detour, and she struggled to find her way back to the path she had once believed was hers to follow. The city's neon lights flickered outside the coffee shop's window, mirroring the uncertainty within Neah's heart. The cacophony of voices and bustling activity outside only intensified her feelings of isolation. She had always been a go-getter, a woman of action who took charge of her destiny, but now she felt trapped in a labyrinth of rejections and missed opportunities. Amid her struggle, Neah's phone buzzed with a message from her best friend, Sarah. "Hey Neah, just checking in. How are things going?" The temptation to reply with a smiley face and pretend that everything was okay was strong. But a part of Neah yearned for someone to understand her turmoil. "I'm trying, Sarah," she typed, her fingers trembling slightly. "But it's hard. I never imagined things would turn out like this." Sarah replied swiftly, "It's okay not to have everything figured out. Life is full of surprises. You're strong, Neah, and I believe in you." As Neah read those words, tears welled up in her eyes. In that moment of vulnerability, she realized she didn't need all the answers. Life wasn't a checklist to be completed. It was a journey of growth and self-discovery. And she was far from alone. She had people who cared about her, cheering her on even when she couldn't see the finish line. Taking a deep breath, Neah wiped away her tears and closed her laptop. It was time to escape the constant cycle of job hunting and self-doubt. She needed to clear her mind, to find a way to reignite the fire within her that had dimmed under the weight of unfulfilled expectations. Outside the coffee shop, the city's energy hummed like an electrifying pulse. Neah decided to go for a walk to let the city's rhythm seep into her soul and remind her of its resilience. As she strolled through crowded streets, she noticed the diversity of people around her, all with their struggles and unique stories of overcoming adversity. Neah's steps became steadier, and her gaze lifted from the ground to the horizon ahead. She wasn't defeated. She was facing a challenge. And like any architect faced with an obstacle, she needed to adjust her plans, revise her design, and build a new path. Inspiration struck like a bolt of lightning as Neah reached a park bathed in the soft glow of streetlights. The trees swayed gently, whispering tales of survival through countless storms. Each branch had bent and adapted, yet they stood tall and proud, reminding her that strength lay in flexibility. "Life won't always meet your expectations," Neah whispered to herself, "but that doesn't mean I can't adapt gracefully." At that moment, a sense of peace washed over her. She realized that she needed to be defined by a title on a business card or the expectations she had set for herself. Her worth was measured in her resilience, her willingness to keep moving forward, even when the path seemed obscured by shadows. As she returned to her apartment that evening, Neah felt a newfound determination burning within her. The struggle was far from over, but she was no longer afraid to face it. She would adapt, she would grow, and she would find her way again.